chair is now pleased to offer the floor to Mr. Jason Langsner, who will present on the topic Education and Information Technologies.
Great, thank you, Madam Chair. Before discussing the recommendations of our breakout group, I want to send thanks to the Permanent Council of OAS for hosting this event and for all the honorable ambassadors and foreign ministers, supporting staff, and to my fellow youth peers that have participated over the last 2 days. Additionally, I would like to thank all of my group mates who are interning at OAS, studying at the American University Washington Semester Program, Lehigh University, et al., for collaborating on this proposal. I hope that what follows gives justice to the collective hard work put in yesterday. My name is Jason Langsner, and I'm a part-time graduate student at Georgetown University. My course of studies are in the Communication, Culture, and Technology Master of Arts program, which explores how we use media and technology to communicate from social, economic, political, and cultural perspectives. I mention this infomercial for CCT because of the shared frameworks from my education to the issues discussed here today, and the desire of these nations that make up the Western Hemisphere to strengthen cooperation on democratic values, defend common interests, and debate the major issues facing the region today. The issue of how we communicate is very important to the Americas. Potentially no greater digital divide exists in any other region than that of North America, where internet penetration is at 69%, according to Nielsen Net Ratings ITU data, to that of South America with 21%, Central America with 18%, and the great nations of the Caribbean with 15%. Therefore, we decided to base our presentation on reducing the digital divide within the Americas. We're focusing first on the region versus the world, secondly, country by country within the region, and third, intra-country, that is, between the rural and the urban divide. We are doing this because we believe that the 21st century economy is information-based. The internet as a tool has fostered globalization, as Thomas Friedman says, has made the world flat. Thus, connectivity must be present and is the ticket to compete in a hyper-globalized economy. Second, it fosters the knowledge, skills, and abilities of the 21st century. And third, youth have traditionally been early adopters of information technology, and if given the keys to the world, they'll be open to exploring it, thus opening their horizons to things abound. So our recommendation. We want to leverage the strengths of the Organization of American States to bridge the digital divide, thus discussed, through managing a public-private partnership that sets minimal connectivity benchmarks, such as bringing broadband connections to every school and library in the region by 2009. We want to create the foundation for the OAS, Public-Private Partnership Internet Initiative, first through researching the current programs that exist at OAS, UN, World Bank, other NGOs, and then finding the current partners. We currently see that as a one-year process, and that will be starting immediately. Secondly, we want to create localization for this program because we find that that's integral for the product's success. But by leveraging the OAS's economies of scale throughout the region, we can launch the program and send the needs assessment report for each province within the member state. Thus, each nation state will then compile the reports based on local information that can be sent up and fed through OAS to manage the program. The OAS Public-Private Partnership formulates plans for each country based on those reports. As I mentioned, the provinces send the reports to the nation, they then review them and then send them up to OAS to compile it and bring the report. Pilot programs will then be launched and reviewed at the Summit of the Americas. And lastly, there will be a system for formulating the internal and external audits of these reports and creating an incentive structure to incentivize those countries that are competing the best with recycling out the old technology for the newest and the greatest. We see this as a process that can last within the next 2 years and then be a triennial review that follows that of the Summit of the Americas that can be brought up at the summit. The deliverables from improving connectivity through OAS, Public-Private Partnership, and Internet Initiative extend well past education. But as education is our primary focus with this proposal, our primary goal is to prepare the youth of the Americas to compete globally in the 21st century workforce in the information economy. But beyond this investment in the future leaders of these great nations, improving connectivity will also foster economic development and entrepreneurship, spur foreign direct investment, and offer access to the vast amounts of information available publicly on the web, such as health information on HIV prevention and potential impending weather-related natural disasters. Additionally, it will offer the ability for hemispheric harmonization and standardization and empower the youth of the Americas to become involved in public policy through e-government and e-diplomacy initiatives. I conclude by reminding you all of the words of Nicholas Negroponte, the head of the One Laptop Per Child program, who spoke in this very hall last year. His mission to deliver 100 million laptops to children in the developing world is not a technology, quit technology program. His intentions are to foster the ability for students to learn how to learn in the 21st century. So too is our mission and goal. Our group firmly believes that the technology of today, such as WiMAX and smartphones, can offer the requirements needed in bridging this divide. But what is critically needed is the process and, more importantly, the leadership. These innovations are simply tools. But as the old adage says, you can give a man a fish and he eats for a day, but if you teach him how to fish, then he eats for life. Today, the fishing rod is the metaphorical internet. It is the tool for the 21st century that will afford your citizenry how to live, thrive, and survive. Thank you all for your time, and once again for hosting this important dialogue.
Food for thought, indeed. I wish to thank all of the youth participants, the more than 200 motivated youth that came to the OAS yesterday to take part in this seminar. Based on the very pointed recommendations on the range of issues, it is clear that the deliberations were not only extensive, but indeed very, very thoughtful. Each of the rapporteurs did a tremendous job in articulating the recommendations of the working group. Please join me in giving a round of applause to the rapporteurs and to all the youth that participated in yesterday's seminar and indeed today's Permanent Council. On behalf of my colleagues, we say thank you, and to say that you did a wonderful job. Thank you very much.